All the oysters are underwater.
Join me on my adventures today.
Alright, copyright. Yep. Alright, Islanders, it's the next day here. I don't sound much better than I did yesterday, however, I'm able to provide you short conversation right now. At least the pain in my ear has gone away, unlike yesterday. So what we're doing right now is we're just bypassing a whole bunch of roadworks. Because there's obviously maintenance works being made right now, as you Islanders can see up there. Do you see up there? Yeah, that's the Interjex crew. They're working on maintenance.
You're changing the power pole.
Yep. Well, think about it. We actually had Tropical Cyclone Alfred a couple of weeks ago. And when you have tropical cyclones, they tend to break power poles in some cases. And that's what we've seen with Yazi, Larry, and Debbie, ironically, and Ita. They used to be Category 5 cyclones or Category 4. That's why cyclones are a rarity here in the southeast, but they're very, very common up north. because the northern area is very, very tropical, whereas this is not as tropical as north. Well, you Islanders know what today is. I don't really need to say anything. You Islanders know. Take a look at this, Islanders. The vehicle ferry is approaching. And there's a new barge coming to dock down. As we can see, there's the ramp right at the front there, and they fenced it off too, which is even better. See now you can see that the ramp's being lowered, so that both vehicle and passengers can get off safely. Alright, what they do here first is the vehicles drive off first, because they're faster than people. Just like a coochie. Welcome to Russell Island. We've got a guy on a motorcycle as well. look at that, 2 Woolies trucks. And of course, liquefied petroleum gas. How sweet. So yes, Islanders, now the procedure works like this. The vehicles get on first, alright? That's the port of call, right? The vehicle ferries get on first. We're going to wait for all these vehicles to get on first. So they're doing a great job. There's even a Ford Focus being towed. You know, we're up. Straight, it's going right up. Radio in, and this is the inside right here. It's got lovely seating right here. Look at this, they got lovely seating along here, and more towards over here. And then you got the lovely cafe. Well done, Sealink. You've made a lovely ferry. And look what else we got. Toilets. And if we go to the other side, right? On the other side, it's a nice little marine flag for Australia. And over here, this is the exit. When you get to Redland Bay, you get off there, and you board there. And you know what else, Islanders? There's even an upper floor. That's right. There's 3 floors high. This, right? The 3rd floor. You can see up here, there's more seating up here. This is the upper deck along here. This is where the wheelhouse is located. And there's lots of seating here as well. So in case if you can't find anything in the undercover area, or if it's a nice sunny day you want a bit of air, this is where you come up to, the 3rd floor. Alright. So yes, it's 3 floors high, but believe me, when you board here, you would have wished that you never did. You would have wished that you would have done so earlier. Alright, and here, I'll show you a bit more. Like I said, I'm going to give it a bit of an inspection a little later. But yeah, you can walk up here like this. And then this doorway leads you into the cafe. That's a restricted area, so people aren't allowed in here. Let's go.
The vessel. Please ensure
Alright,
that your
you Islanders can see that a passenger ferry is getting into the
Should an incident occur, please remain calm.
We're moving.
And listen for
Alright, now you owners can see that we're leaving right now. I'll give you a view from this angle here. And there you see, now we're heading out. We're heading to Redland Bay. But if there's any other stop. Yeah, so what we're doing right now is we're heading to Redland Bay, but if anyone requested a stop at any of the other islands, we go to there first. Redland Bay's last on the list. Alright, Islanders, I'm in one of the rows right here, and look at what you get right here. Like, because there's lovely seats right here, several seats in fact, take a look. And yeah, you can see right there that, ta-da, you get a lovely view. Okay, and not just on this side, but on this side too. See? Get a good view there too. Also, what's important to note as well is there's a TV right here. There, lovely TV. And air conditioning all throughout the ferry as well, which is nice. Tell you what, Island just doesn't get much better than this. Alright, now we're going to take an inspection across the vehicle ferry now that it's moving. See where we are now. Alright, let's hold on to the handrail as we step down, and I'm going to show you. Alright, so this right here is the ramp. When you arrive at Redland Bay, you take that. This is where the fire and safety plans are located. This is a restricted area here. That's a fire suppression system. And that's very spins right there. I'm just going to see if I can duck around. I'll just duck around the trucks. Alright, so over here, I'm now at the other end. There's two bins there too. Alright, this is where the motorcycles are. Alright, there you go. That's where the bikes are, motorcycles. There's also a dinghy. As you can see. Alright, so I'm on the other side now. Over here. And look, even on this level here, there are windows along here. So you can look out. Even on this ground floor here, you can still see out. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that amazing? that's the grey water, black water pipes. And the fire main pipe as well. Yeah. Well, that's what you wanted to know what it was, that's what it is, okay? Those. Alright, and look, it's even undercover. And lights as well. The other vehicle ferries that I've seen don't have lights on them. Of course they are. But yeah, you can see the lights are there. Isn't that great? And of course, power. And even the rows are marked as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over there. And you see that? That's the window to the inside there. And that's the wheelhouse up the top there with additional seating on where you can go up there on a nice sunny day. So yeah, so there's a lot to offer. Okay, Islanders, so it looks like we're making a stop at Lamb Island. So this is Lamb Island that we're stopping at now. You can see that the old Lamb Island ferry terminal is now a boating, pontoon and fishing area as well. It's now a recreational thing. Recreational pontoon. Used to be the old Lamb Island ferry terminal, but the new one is right next to it. Alright, so we're going to go into that area there, where I just pointed, because that's where the barge is going to stop first. It's going to stop at Lamb Island, then Macleay, then Karragarra, and Redland Bay last. Alright, Islanders, we're now leaving Lamb Island. Oh, and yeah, another feature, they've also got CCTV for your safety. So here we are leaving Lamb Island. So many great things are happening to island life. Just less than 5 years into the into the creation. And on my final year here, they finally launched the barge and everything. I stand still like this, yeah, it's moving. Away we go, Macleay Island, which is only just over there. Just a hop, skip and a jump, Islanders. I'll see you when we get there. Alright, here we are, we're approaching Macleay Island now. And that's the next port of call, Macleay Island. So here we come, Islanders. We're here, Macleay Island. So if you want to know what I was eating a sausage roll, just enjoying it, because I really haven't had anything to eat for the last... I haven't had anything yet at all yesterday. Like I hadn't ate anything yesterday. Been been so unwell that I haven't been able to eat much. Don't worry, I'll be back to normal by next week, hopefully, provided that it isn't prolonged any longer. Right, here we are, Macleay Island. Alright everybody, we're leaving again. This time, we're heading for Karragarra Island. Well, at least I think we would be. But why are we still here? Are they still trying to get that camper van on board? Okay, now we're leaving for real this time. The camper van's not. The camper van isn't coming. After several failed attempts, they just like, no, yep, we can't bring it on board. Alright, now we're en route to Karragarra Island. Yay! Someone I know lives on Karragarra. That person's with me though, so... And he doesn't like being on video, so I can't have him on video, and Sam's Island Life office doesn't allow me to have him on video anyway. Unless if he asks to be in the program, then we can't have him in. No, we've got to make it fair for all of us. And look, do you see that there? That's the Australian Maritime flag. Anyway, this is Macleay Island and the ferry terminal. There it is, Death Mountain. That's right up ahead there. You see that there? Yeah, that's Death Mountain. Definitely not going up there ever again. Alright, well, here we come, Karragarra Island. There's the boating pontoon that we explored recently. Look at that. That's another vehicle ferry right there, the Karragarra. I think I've been on that one before. I don't remember. But then again, I don't remember most things anyway. Alright Islanders, you know, want to hear the good news? We're stopping at the last island before the mainland, Karragarra Island. I can kind of see it. I think I can kind of see it. Just in the distance there. Oh, there it is. That's the port starboard indicator that we're coming up to. Yeah, there it is. Port and starboard. I usually use for that. There's the top of it. Alright, so we're now docking in at Karragarra Island. So here's Karragarra Island. Alright Islanders, now we are, for the final time, leaving the islands. I've still got until November of this year until I'm fully gone from Russell Island for good, so this is kind of like a future experiment that I'm going to be trying here, you know, on days when I have to head over to the mainland and don't want to be on that passenger ferry that's full all the time, no matter what time of day it is. Trust me, Islanders, the anxiety gets worse. Alright, there it is. That's Karragarra Island over there. Can't stand out here long because it's raining. But there you have it. See you, Karragarra. Now we head that way, Islanders, in that direction, hang on. Now we head that way to Redland Bay. See you there. Alright, Islanders, you know where we are close approaching now? Redland Bay. And how do I know? Because Redland Bay is right ahead of us. Please excuse me for that sneeze, Islanders. Alright, Islanders, so it's turning around. Okay, so this means that it's turning around and the other end. That's where I'm gonna film. I'll catch you all over there. Alright, Islanders. Redland Bay. I'll grab my umbrella. Alright, Islanders, so here we are. We're now here at Redland Bay. It rains sideways as well here. Yeah, you'll get a good view there, mate. Alright, so there it is. So there's two ramps. There's one there. I think that one's for the older vehicle ferries, and this wider one here must be for this one.
With one of the minions on there.
Yeah, I think they painted a minion on that one there. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a tank of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it.
No, it's all good. Whoa, they've hit one of the pillars. Gee. Not sure if you Islanders saw that. Yeah, and now it just hit into the other pillar. As you Islanders can see, these pillars right here, this vehicle ferry is bumping into the pillars like a pinball, like as if this is the ball in the pinball machine. There we go, Islanders. So as you can see, I'm going to focus towards the center here. So this is the center. Yeah, so this is the center right here, and alright, so there it is, Islanders. So it's gonna lower down. I'll lean onto this, because I have to hold onto the camera with one hand and the umbrella in the other. Otherwise, I'll get pelted sideways.
Perfect. That's very good.
Yeah, they did a very good job there.
Very good job.
Yes, congratulations to Sealink. I wish I could clap for them, but I can't, because unfortunately I'm leaning onto this pole here with a camera in my hand and the umbrella in the other hand. Otherwise I get rained on sideways, which is not nice, Islanders. You don't want to be rained on sideways, or even diagonal or horizontal for that, or vertical for that matter. You will want to be pelted on in any form. If it was sunny, then this would not be a problem. I'll hold off until the ramp lowers. Oh, there it is. Alright, the ramp's being lowered. So these cars can all disembark. Okay, everyone's starting up their vehicles. Except us, because we're passengers, we're walk-on passengers. We're not in one of these vehicles here. Alright, Islanders, so it's just over there now. And yeah, now one of the crew have to go over there and open up the boundary line there, the barrier. Right, and then everybody drives their vehicle off in an orderly fashion. See, now everyone's getting off here in an orderly fashion. Now all these people have come to Redland Bay for any purpose. There you go, Islanders, see? The passenger ferry is coming into Redland Bay.
And the dredging's working over there, on the left.
And there's dredging.
And on the left side, over here,
Oh, and they've got the main dredging works
they're actually doing it.
over there too.
Here he comes. He's about to turn.
Here it is. There it is. There's dredging works over there. That's inactive. That's active over there though.
Welcome aboard. In the interest of safety, please remain in your vehicle until boarding is complete and the vessel is safely underway.
There's passenger ferries arriving at Redland Bay Marina.
Welcome aboard. In the interest of safety, please remain in your vehicle until boarding is complete and the vessel is safely underway.
Pretty please. That'd be good. Let's pick it up. Oh.
Here we go, we're leaving. Alright everyone, we're leaving Redland Bay. Here we go. Goodbye. There's the marina, the Redland Bay Marina. So that's the Redland Bay Marina over there, Islanders. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and just quickly give you some footage from Karragarra Island. Rightio Islanders, we're now leaving Lamb Island, and when you see me again, and when I film again, Islanders, I'll be at Russell Island. See you, Lamb Island. When you see me again, Islanders, we'll be at Russell Island. Thank you to Sealink for providing this opportunity for me to be here. Alright, Islanders, now we exit out this way. And here we go, Islanders. See? Look at that. Lovely. Isn't that brilliant? This is Russell Island.
What a great view, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
It's an uncanny view.
Yeah, it's in line with Russell Island.
Yeah.
We'll see you on this back on shore. Alright, here we are. Coming down to Russell Island. So there it is, right there. Alright, so here comes the first one. Alrighty, Islanders, let's head down. Okay, here we go, Islanders. Do you see that? Russell Island. We are home. We're home. not. I unfortunately have to because I can't have you on video.
But I can't go into it.
And maybe you shouldn't have gone down the steps when you realised that I was going to be recording. Anyhow, Islanders, let's go. Alright, Islanders, earlier on we had a blockage like this. So we're going around it. But now you Islanders know why we have something like this. And yes, of course, they're still working on the power lines. That's good. Now, I wanted you Islanders to see this, and the person beside me too. We wanted you to see this. So now we actually have to go to the other side now. So that means that we have to go over here while they work down there on the power lines. So today, this is the detour. There was another detour for back over there as well. And you can all see the branches are everywhere. They're here, there, and everywhere, really. We have to keep following the detour. Alright, so there's some caution tape up there. That's where the house is burned to the ground. Okay, well, there's also a big tree branch that's just fallen down onto the middle of the road, so we have to go around that too. And it's closed over there too, so there you go, Islanders, the other end.